our party, the All Progressives Congress, APC, strongly rejected the call by the National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, for the postponement of next month's general elections, ostensibly to give more time to INEC to distribute the permanent voters' cards. In spite of this, we have noted with dismay that the Jonathan administration has continued to pursue the plot to shift the elections. That plot in itself is one of the two-pronged approach being pursued by the administration to either shift or scuttle the elections, which are scheduled for February 14th to 28th. The campaign for an interim government. It is important to state here that for the APC party, both represent the devil's alternative. Apologies to Frecky Forsyth, who has a book by that title. And we are totally, absolutely unacceptable, which are totally, absolutely unacceptable to us under any circumstance. When President Goodluck Jonathan met with the U.S. Secretary of State, John Kerry, on Sunday here in Lagos, the president said he told the visiting U.S. top diplomat that the May 29th handover date is sacrosanct. We say this is not reassuring enough, and that for us, the February 14th and 28th dates for the elections are sacrosanct as the handover date of May 29th, 2015. Therefore, we are much more reassured by the call made by Mr. Kerry that the election should be held on time as scheduled. Nothing short of that will be acceptable to our party. We are also satisfied with the assurance by the Independent National Electoral Commission that it is ready for the elections. The electoral body has also said it will continue with PVC distribution until the eve of the elections. Therefore, the orchestrated campaign about INEC not being ready for the elections is sheer baloney. Now, make no mistakes about it. We are aware of the limitless capacity of the PDP and the administration for anti-democratic and desperate actions in pursuit of selfish motives that have nothing to do with the interests of the good people of Nigeria. We are aware of the clandestine moves, including reaching out to various interest groups and hiring talking heads to make the television runs being made by this administration to get the elections shifted. The Jonathan administration's apologies are hiding under the facade that millions of Nigerians will be disenfranchised if the elections should proceed as scheduled. Again, they are using the terrorist attacks in some parts of the north to advance their election shift argument. We sincerely hope that the recent escalation of the Boko Haram attacks and the siege of Maiduguri on Sunday, a day after President Jonathan's campaign in the city, are not connected to this campaign. All in all, these arguments in support of election postponement is a small screen. The truth is that the forthcoming elections terrify the PDP and Jonathan administration to such an extent that they are looking for any excuse to postpone or scuttle the elections. If indeed the Jonathan administration is genuinely concerned that many Nigerians have not received their PVCs, let it declare a 3-day public holiday to give working Nigerians the opportunity to collect their PVCs. This will be cheaper than postponing the elections. Let the government work with INEC to ensure that the PVCs are distributed at the polling units level If these two simple steps are followed, within 5 days, the distribution would have been completed. In conclusion, gentlemen, let me summarize the stand of our party, the APC, regarding the next month's general elections. 1. APC is ready for the elections, and under no circumstance will we accept a postponement. For us, February 14th and 28th are sacrosanct, as May 29th the handover date. The government has had 4 whole years to prepare for this election, and the dates for these elections were announced over a year ago. Therefore, there's no excuse, there's no going back now. 2, we know that the PDP has also said publicly that they are ready for the polls. That's good news. Let them now end their clandestine push for either postponement or the formation of an interim government. They should stop engaging in scare and scandal mongering and dwell on issues ahead of the elections. Thirdly, we are satisfied with the assurances by INEC that it is ready for the polls, and we call on Jonathan's administration to give the electoral body all the support and resources it requires to organize a successful election on February 14 and 28. 4, any postponement of the election would mean that INEC is not independent, as it is being dictated to by the federal government, a position that will hurt the credibility of the electoral umpire. Finally, any postponement on the basis of insurgency in the Northeast will represent a victory for the terrorist group Boko Haram and will create a constitutional logjam that will take Nigeria back to 1993. Believe me, we've traveled that route before and it was not pleasant. We don't want to go back that route.